Hello, and welcome to another OnPoint review. And today we are going deep into a game that's been capturing attention with its vibrant world and compelling narrative, Eternal Strands. I am CMoney, and I want to shout out Yellow Brick Games for providing us with the game for review. There's lots to discuss, so let's dive in. Let's start with the graphics. Eternal Strands delivers a visual feast that's comparable to what you'd expect from a high-end, next-generation version of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. The art direction is exquisite, with characters that aren't just visually appealing, but are imbued with distinct personalities through their design. Armor and weaponry are not only functional, but customizable. The materials you use to forge these items influence their appearance, allowing for a personal touch in your character's outfit. The enemy variety is impressive, from small creatures to massive, awe inspiring bosses that tower over the landscape, each with unique combat styles and abilities. The arcs, which are colossal enemies and giant constructs, are breathtaking in scale and detail. Environmental design is top tier, with lush landscapes that change dynamically with weather effects like heat waves that give the world an eerie, apocalyptic beauty. Lighting is used to dramatic effect, enhancing the mood of each area, while particle effects add realism to elements like fire, ice, and magic. The animations are fluid, especially the character movements, which blend seamlessly from walking to sprinting, adding to the immersive feel. Now, the story. The tale of Eternal Strands unfolds in a world where magic was once celebrated, but has now become a source of fear and conflict. The game setting is a magical realm that has been drastically altered by an event known as the Surge, leading to the mysterious sealing of the Enclave, a once prosperous center of magical learning and culture. You play as Bryn, a young member of the Weaver Bands, groups of people who harness magic. Bryn's journey kicks off when her band manages to breach the Veil, the magical barrier surrounding the Enclave, which has been cut off from the rest of the world for decades. The primary drive of the story is to uncover why the Enclave was isolated and what secret it holds. For me, the story was compelling. It gave me a solid reason to push forward through the game, but what really drew me in were the character performances and their individual stories. Bryn is not just likable, but her story is engaging. The game lets you color the narrative with your choices, even if the overarching plot doesn't change. This allows you to own your story and shape Bryn's personality. The cinematics are well done, mixing between hand-drawn animation and in-engine cinematics, which are both engaging and beautifully executed. Now to the sound.
For a band of weavers who just discovered a long-lost city, you don't look very excited.
The prospect of imminent death has put a dampener on things.
While you were out, I found a note. A warning, actually.
We suspect our Hearthsider friend snuck back into the camp.
The letter cautions us that a phenomenon referred to as the Flood is hot on our heels. The Flood is essentially a torrential wave of deadly raw magic that will completely overtake the outskirts and Denevron. Apparently this is a cyclical disaster preceded by extreme weather. Anyone caught in it will die, meaning us.
This all just sounds like more good news to me.
Seriously, do you have a death wish or something?
Is no one else seeing the silver lining here?
The audio in Eternal Strands is a standout feature. Voice acting is of high quality, bringing characters to life with authentic performances. The decision to fully voice the script adds to the immersion, particularly when the dialogue is presented through 2D panels, which, while doesn't always work for me, it worked here. The ambient sounds are meticulously crafted. You can feel the rumble of the ground as giants walk by, or hear the distant, ominous cries of mythical creatures. Combat sounds are effective, though perhaps not as memorable as other aspects, but the game's score is really where it shines. The music adapts to the environment and the intensity of the gameplay, enhancing emotional scenes and heightening the excitement of battle. Now, on to the gameplay. Gameplay in Eternal Strands is where the game truly comes into its own. The control scheme feels intuitive, giving players a high degree of freedom and precision in movements. The combat is both responsive and rewarding, with a magic system divided into fire, ice, and kinetic types, each with specific uses in both combat and environmental interaction. A unique feature is the ability to manipulate enemies using kinetic magic, like launching them off of cliffs, which adds a humorous and strategic element to fights. However, late game enemies can introduce a steep difficulty curve, sometimes encouraging avoidance rather than confrontation, which might disrupt the flow for some players. The world reacts to your actions. Fire can spread naturally through environments, and ice can block or unlock passages. But the star of the gameplay mechanics is the climbing system. You can scale virtually any surface, including the massive creatures, echoing the thrill of games like Shadow of the Colossus, offering both strategic combat and exploration opportunities. Eternal Strands also features a day-night cycle that not only changes the aesthetics of the game world, but also influences gameplay. The passage of time can shift the behavior of enemies, with some being more active at night, and it can affect the availability of resources or paths. Moreover, the dynamic weather system interacts with the day system. Weather conditions can change throughout the day, impacting how you approach combat or exploration. For example, a sunny day might turn into a flash freeze, making ice spells more potent or requiring you to find heat sources or wear appropriate gear to survive the cold. Now onto the fun factor. From the get-go, Eternal Strands captures your interest with its engaging mechanics and world. The combination of all the elements, the visual, sound, story, and gameplay, make for an experience that's truly special. Even the challenges posed by later enemies add a layer of fun by forcing players to think creatively about evasion or battle tactics. Overall, Eternal Strands is a game that does many things right. It's a testament to what a well-crafted game can achieve, offering depth, beauty, and fun in equal measure. And with that, the official OnPoint review score is 8.75 out of 10. Thank you all for checking out our review. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update from us. And let us know what you think in the comments below. And with that, until next time, you're intruding.